What is going on, everybody? Hope you are doing well. We got no audio check today, but everything's still the same, so it should be all right. I guess we'll find out. Let me know. So I finally understand all the memes everybody has about how heavy cobalt paste is. I never really noticed it before. I kind of made it as I need it, but I'm trying to stockpile this stuff now, and man, you just can't do that. Let me turn all this stuff off so I don't embarrass myself. Yep, there we go. But man, she is heavy. For instance, these boxes here. It's the best you can do. 1750. I mean, it's not a lot. It's wasted space. We've been making stuffs here. You know, this is a well-behaved material right here. Oh, how much did you do? 97, still got those. Oh, you know what? There's got to be. Yeah, there was 500 already sitting in there. Cool. Yep, we are bulk producing. Excuse me, bulk producing. There we go. Let's let it run. It'll be fine. Oh, my goodness. I don't think I need anything there. So yes, we have basically just been hanging out in Hagga Basin. There is a reason for that. I'll go into it. Also going to be putting a video out tomorrow. It's going to be talking about that. We've got to make a little trip somewhere right now. So we're going to do that real quick. Now you'll notice I got orange wings, but that's the best they could be right now. So we're going to... That's okay for here. Orange wings in Hagga Basin's not the worst. Not the worst setup, but definitely ain't good. I would never go in the deep desert with wings that start out orange. That's just dangerous. But yeah. Oh, hello guys. Sky is yours. Well, let's see. Anything? No, nope, nope, nope. So earlier on in the week, I was talking about whether or not I wanted to do another deep desert base or whether I wanted to kind of stay in Hagga Basin. We had quite a few tasks that we were getting done, some contracts and submissions, and we ended up staying in Hagga. I did go out in the deep desert a couple times, just making supply runs to be helpful. But there's another reason why we stayed in Hagga this week, and it's because of this right here. Yep, this lonely little base. So what happened was we'll get back to this base. Let's go look at some other ones, right? This is what's happening, and this is kind of happening on everybody's servers. As the player base is coming down, you're starting to see some abandoned properties. So here's a base a person had, very small. You can see all the walls are gone now. Power's out. They got some machines there, a couple storage containers here and there. They got a sand bike down at the bottom. This thing's just getting torn up by the storms in the desert, and it's breaking down. This one here is in the same kind of shape. It is slowly starting to weather and take some damage. Power's off here as well. This guy here, he's got power. So he's still active. We can peek in the top there, but there's nothing in there. This person here. Man, this is elaborate. Holy cow, dude. I like their little pods there. Struck the wall. Is this one powered down? Oh, maybe not. Somebody spent some time on this base. I like the little H for the helicopter. It's pretty cool. We'll just take a peek around and see what we can see. It's elaborate. Good on you. A lot of steps, though. Definitely getting our exercise in. But yeah, you can do this in some cases. You can, okay, see that? That's a lot of open. The fact that it said no access, it was just sitting there. Kind of strange. Oh, it's got power because the doors can open. Very nice. This might be a work in progress. I don't remember seeing this base over here. Now I gotta remember how to get the hell out. So this appears to still be active. And somebody is incredibly creative. I don't see any power generation besides those wind traps, which tells me that they've got internal. They'll have like spice generators, the spice fueled generators inside there. It was very nice. Very nice indeed. But yeah, we go back to bases like this one that are shut down, and there's actually a couple out in the heading towards the world map that are shut down. This one here's got some problems because all his wind turbines are off. So he needs to put some lubricants in there, but he still has power, so the shield's still up because the door's working. But yeah, but he needs to pay attention to that. Unless maybe he's just got those in case he's actually producing stuff. But anyway, there's a big scandalous debate going on right now about whether or not... Because you can't damage another player's property. This is PvE only, except in the ship areas, which it clearly designates are PvP. And so you can sit there and shoot at another person's base, shoot at stuff. It's not going to break. Doesn't do any damage. However, NPCs can do damage. And people have learned that if you can draw an NPC into a powered down base and have you stand behind their fief console, the NPCs will shoot it and damage it. And eventually, you do that long enough, they'll break it. And once that's broken, you can throw one down, and anything within the range is now yours. You get to claim it. So what I was doing was I was going around, and bases that I have seen that I know have been shut down for a long time, like the one that's over by my my own base. That one's been down for over 2 weeks now. I've driven past these guys when I've made route because I would come this way and then shoot straight across here to go get aluminum. So I know that this base, there's some spice, we'll probably go grab it. This base was active within the last several weeks. Never really paid attention to that one. That base is still active. I think this one's still active. Got 2 spice fields. It's not a third one, is it? I think it's just a shadow. Where's that? Okay, well, alright, we're just gonna stop talking about abandoned bases, and we're gonna do some spice field mining here. a little crazy. Yes, my compactor's about to break, but it'll be all right. I have another one with me because I know this one's about to break. Well, I guess we could talk about it because you know what this is all about. So yeah, there's quite a few bases around my little siege here that people have just stopped playing, and everything is going south, so to speak. Now, a big part of this game is scavenging. So, you know, I want to scavenge. And if you're not going to play anymore and you don't want the stuff you got, even if it's dumb stuff, I'll still take it. I still remember when, back when my base was tiny and I was first starting out and I first got over into this section of the map. Hey, buddy. I had a neighbor who shut his base down and left. I don't know what happened to him. Never talked with him, but I saw him once. And one day his base was just a bunch of floors and a bunch of boxes and a broken sand bike. Yeah, here he comes. So I went over and opened it up, and it was just a bunch of blood bags and some minor materials. Nothing too extensive. And, did we lose one of them? Or did I just lose it? Hey, 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 hey. Might be over in that area, I think. We'll get some height, figure it out. We got everything from that one. But yeah, so he left, and I salvaged his stuff. It wasn't much, but you know, it's cool. It's a salvaging game. This one is an active field, cool. But yeah, we ended up taking his stuff, putting it in our base. We're very happy. So I kind of feel like, hey, you know, same thing. If you're not playing, you don't want to use it, I'll take it. Probably put a lot of that stuff to use. So I was out looking around, and I went into... That scared the crap out of me. It's a shadow. Okay. We're good. That scared the crap out of me. Anywho. So I was out looking at bases that were shut down, and I walked into that little one that we were hovering over, and I went inside to check it out. Now, the key to this whole thing is you can't let your base run out of power. It's very clear. The game is very clear about that, that once your base runs out of power, bad things will happen. And I understand that, you know, sometimes you got issues in life, you got things you got to take care of, but it doesn't really take that long to log in, go find a stack or two of fuel cells and drop them in your base so that your hundreds of hours of playing Dune aren't wasted. Go ahead and fire that off. But yeah, you know, once a week, you could fill up your base for another 14 to 20 days. That's crazy. But anyway, so I went in and I was just looking around. A bunch of boxes, a bunch of stuff, and then I started getting shot at. And what had happened was the individual who owned that base had built it far too close to an enemy camp. Now, I get it. You do that because, you know, you using death stills, etc. You got a steady supply of dead guys you could kill and put them in the death still for water. But also, NPCs can take out sub-beefs. And I was inside looking around when I got jumped by them. I went to set up the recording for it because I knew what I was going to do then. And one of the melee guys jumped me. So there were actually two enemies inside the base with me. And we destroyed the sub-beef. Well, they did. I just stood behind it. And once it was destroyed, I killed them. And welding wire. And a fuel cell. Well, whatever. It's 3 actives within sight of each other. It's crazy. Fired that one poorly. But anywho, so they blew it up. I killed them. And then I threw down a small sub-beef. And I was like, cool, you know, I'll reclaim some of these materials for a player who's no longer into the game. And the more I looked at it, the more I realized that I don't think that's what I did. I think I actually utilized the NPCs. Now, people are saying it's an exploit. I mean, get real. Uh, it's a mechanic in the game. Whether you help facilitate it or not, whatever. But I think the people claiming it's an exploit are just the ones who can't admit that they did something wrong by letting the power go out on their base. I'm sorry. I mean, accepting responsibility is tough, and it's hard sometimes. It's not a good feeling when it's a bad thing, but is what it is. None of it works if you don't let the power die. So when you let the power die, that was step one. But anywho, back to my story. I tend to try to be what I consider a good player. I don't try to screw people over. I don't. My fun doesn't derive from lessening anyone else's. And in fact, the more fun everybody's having, the more fun I am too. But the more I looked around, the more I kind of realized that, hey, this was somebody's base that they just let the power go down. I did scan it, and the outer walls were all coming up bad, so they were almost half dead. So it had been off for a while. The thing that leads me to believe it was just powered down instead of abandoned is because like the fabricators still had uh, items in it. Like somebody had set it in there and then logged off and finished while they were gone. So I ended up sitting there at that base the rest of the night. Scary sounds. All right, well, that was great. 3 spices in a row. Can we go for a fourth? I don't know. Hell, can I hold one? But yeah, so I spent the rest of the night, I think like 2.5, 3 hours, just sitting there in the off chance that an individual was going to log in and run up to their base, wondering why they can't spawn there anymore. I took nothing from it. I didn't take anything. There's some good stuff in there too. And even in the bad stuff, I could break it down in a recycler and get a couple, whatever. But like I said, I'm not here to. I don't have fun by lessening other people's fun. But now I'm kind of trapped because I haven't met this person yet. They haven't come back. What are the chances that they showed up when I wasn't online, found out their base was destroyed, came back, saw all this? Well, their base isn't destroyed, but somebody took their base from them. I'd also hate to be responsible for somebody being like, screw it, I'm not playing this game. Especially somebody who did quite a bit of work on their base. So, what did we do? Well, first thing we did was we realized that a single sub peep wasn't going to cover this. It left, Jesus, it left a little too long. So we ended up having to put a staking unit down and make it bigger. So I went back to my base, got a bunch of materials and 15,000 Solari to make a staking unit that I then brought over here. And we made it extend to the point where now it was completely encompassed in our land grab. So that made it safe. And then I brought my buggy over. Oh yeah, she's complaining. I brought my buggy over and we went on a 1700. That's awesome. Went on a supply run and we went and got a bunch of granite because that's what this is mostly made out of. Some fuel cells that we found along the way, and just some other general materials, and we fixed her back up. So all these walls were in bad shape on the outside. The storms were working their way in. So we fixed all that. One of the problems was he had a single turbine up here generating power, so I made 3 more for him and then filled all of them up with the low-grade lubricant. And I also... Easy now. Easy. There we go. Sorry. Not used to dropping down, man. I go straight in on my base. But yeah, we repaired all of this stuff. Went around, got it all fixed up. We filled up his generators. That was a couple days ago, so we probably have to do it again. I even went and got some extra. I think they're still in here. Nope, we used them all. Got him some extra granite. Got him some extra plastone that I brought over. And we've kind of been babysitting this base in the hopes that somebody comes by to lay claim to it. Hopefully they didn't just log in and see it's gone and say screw it. I guess that is possible though, but hopefully not. Anyway, let's switch this out because this is about to break. So I haven't used any of these machines. I haven't taken anything from them. I thought about it and I was like, man, I wonder if maybe this person and me, our timelines don't line up, even though we're on the same siege. You would think, that would indicate North American. But I was trying to figure out how to leave a message. I put a post up on Reddit saying, hey, is this your base? Let me know. And haven't heard anything. So I also took some lights and left a message on the floor. I was going to put Eastern because that's what I am. But there's not enough light allowance for this base. So what I've actually been doing is I will log in, and at 7 o'clock I'll come here and I'll go do what I'm doing, and then I come back at 8, and I come back at 9, and then the last time I do is come back at 10. So if they're continental United States, Canada, or Mexico, I should be catching them if they get this message. I know it's on the inside, but the person who owns this base knows how to see this. They know how to get into this part. But they had a couple bikes up here. No, not up here. Downstairs, they got a buggy. This thing was on the verge. I ended up fixing the treads. Everything else was okay. And then I used my buggy to kind of push it off to the side to keep it a little better sheltered from the storms. Sometimes a worm will go through here. I think they built a little too close to the sand. Might have wanted to go that way, but they couldn't because they built so close to bad guys. There's some bikes up here too. And this bay looks like it was built for an ornithopter, so I'm assuming they had one of those. If your base gets taken, destroyed, or whatever happens, I don't know where you spawn. I'm assuming they could spawn at an outpost or something like that. So, I don't know. But we haven't seen them yet. So, give a thumbs up and leave a comment or something. Let's see if the algorithm can start pushing my content out further. And possibly this individual will see the video and realize that I'm in their house. But I did paint it and fix it up and added some extra features. And honestly would love to have a friend to play with. So, especially on my own home server. The whole reason this was a problem is because of this. It's good to build close to water. Let's do this because they're going to get angry. But I'm going to throw a grenade for no reason. Right there. That is far too close. They wander. When I first ran into this base, one of the Karab guys was standing right here, and he started shooting at me as I came up the stairs. And then, of course, with him shooting, the melee person just came in running. So I didn't actually have to try to lure the bad guys into their base. These guys just came in it. They got there the same time I did. So yeah, kids, be careful how you build. It's really nice to be this close to resources. Steady set of income. You can get some, like you saw there, some Solari, but yeah, you can get the dead bodies for death stills. But then what happens just happened. And I was able to destroy that sub-peep and take this base. The power went down and this door shut off, so it was wide open. And I was standing here trying to figure out how to get the recording equipment to work when homeboy walked right over by them flowers, started shooting at me, and then melee came in, and then it was just a matter of I built my console right in the same spot he did. just standing behind it and letting them do their thing. Let's talk about that a little bit. So there's a lot of talk on Reddit where they're saying it's an exploit and anyone who does this should get banned. And of course, that's public opinion, which has nothing to do with the devs or any of that. Is it an exploit? I mean, you normally don't want to. You normally don't want to punish people for creativity. And the issue I have with it, and this goes for me as well, is they are very clear that bad things happen when you let your power run out. It shows up multiple messages. It shows up when you were talking about it. It says to power it up. Shields protect you from storms. If your shields go down, your base can be raided or destroyed by the storms. So that's the first step in this whole process, whether you want to call it an exploit. I really don't think an exploit is me waiting around until you forget to power up your base. Okay. So whether it's an exploit or something, I don't know. But apparently they're going to be patching this to where NPCs can't damage sub-peep consoles. And I have mixed feelings about that because what you end up having happen is you have... Let's get back up in the air for just a second. So we'll count this as one. Because even though I'm in it now, that was an abandoned base. There's one. This one is shut down. That's two. You come over here. You've got 3 and 4 are down. This is active, and that's active. On the other side, I don't want to shut down. I'm not high enough. On the other side of these rocks here is a base that I've passed multiple times on my way to farming aluminum. Aluminum is right up that roadway, right underneath us. And here's this base, which I always, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, that's pretty creative. The way they built up and into the rocks and the angles. And this is powered down. And this one's dying. Let's take a look, and I'll show you what I mean by dying. So, you know, they put some effort into this base. And they got some neat stuff. Like, you know, this isn't a pattern that you get just out of nowhere. So I put some effort into this base design. And I'll drop in right here. That's going to be good enough. And if you pull out a button here to repair, you can see this. Look at this. This is all critical. So the next time I'll be streaming Monday, when we come over here Monday, it's ain't going to look like this. This whole front section will probably be down and destroyed. Then you got areas like here that aren't susceptible to the weather yet, so they're in perfect shape. They got this is critical, so this will be broken. Means I can get in there pretty soon. But then the stuff right on the other side of this is all in perfect shape because, you know, hasn't hit the weather yet. Looks like there's a opening on the other side here. Yeah, this was this panel. So the ramps are critical. The machines are surviving. This looks like it was open anyway. So these are all in great shape. Got a death still here. 2 death stills. Don't know if that's an advanced or that's just a regular one. I have no idea where their sub-peep is on this one. I don't know if they built it up real high or real low. But the end result here is I get to spend the next probably, if they don't make a change, this will be in ruins for a month or 2 before it ever officially finally goes away. Because, you know, like, okay, why? Here's this ginormous gate. And this is an open gate, so people could just walk in here, right? And this is in critical shape. It's been down long enough that the damage is severe. But then right here is fine. I mean, like the wind's not coming in the door. This whole area is going to collapse. But like these guys are in perfect shape. How are they in perfect shape when the pieces right below them are critical? I mean, were they? And then the outside edges. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But how long are we going to wait for these bases to crumble down? I mean, this is real estate. I don't care that they left. You know, if they went, they don't want to play any. Oh, wrong button. Let's move over here to the side so we can do this properly. I don't care if they don't want to play anymore. If they got tired of the game or whatever, it's all good. Whatever. But there could be new people coming in. New people looking for real estate, and they can't because of dying base here. Okay, so that's perfect. Oh, that's a pentashield, that's why. So all of this stuff is perfect. I think I'm going to fall if I try to get out here and see it. No, I saw something. Yeah, look at this, all critical. Except for this wall. This wall is perfect. The rest is critical. You can tell by the appearance and all the cracking. But stuff on the inside here, these doors, they're in perfect shape. It's really weird. Really weird. So I think, honestly, that getting rid of bases that people aren't going to be using anymore is kind of a good thing, you know? Is this guy stuffed down? This base is not old. This one, they just put this up a couple weeks ago. Because they used to come up here all the time for aluminum. Um, this one was kind of poopy because, you know, there was a good area there, but I mean, it is what it is. It's not that bad, but let's see. Let's check her out. What's she doing here? All right, so it's starting to take damage. So this one just went offline. What kind of shape are these boxes? These boxes are critical. But these aren't. It's kind of weird seeing this stuff out here. So it's a neat looking base. They did a good job building this one. I was impressed with this one. And now it looks like she's getting ready to go. Now, it's just barely started taking damage. This might be... Somebody might need some attention here. You might need to get on in here. Take care of your base. Your base is shutting down, boys. Fellow Atreides got to help each other. Honestly, I don't care what house you're with. I'll help you out if I can. I like this pillar entry. Thought that was pretty cool. That was nicely done. I don't know if there's anything in them or not. That's pretty neat. Oh, we're gonna die. We're sitting there running around with our stupid construction gun out, and it took away our meters here, so we weren't even paying attention. Gonna die. Now, I don't think there's any NPCs that are really close to this base, but They were kind of nice enough to make this bridge here, but this bridge is for them, not for anybody else. So these guys kind of blocked the section off, and that's a pretty dick move. So in the event that this base power ever goes down, if they haven't patched or changed that, yeah, we trying to drop this bad boy. I mean, they cut off this entryway and going to that and going up into there. That's a dick move, man. But anywho, I digress. So the whole point being is they need to do something with this, because half the landscape is now just littered with abandoned or dying bases. And once this game does get released on console, there's going to be a whole slew of new players. And they're going to need places to go. Where are they going to go? So I come here and I look for two things. Number one, I look for anybody here. Some type of a vehicle or something. Maybe somebody running around. And then I also look to see if that buggy is moved, because I can't, even though I own the property and my sub peep is in there, I can't access their vehicles. So if I come in and that thing is not where I put it, then I'll know somebody was there, and hopefully they will have seen the message. Think that's going to hit us? Looks like it's going more that way, but yeah, I think that's going to miss us. Well, what this does to us, like I said, just trying to be helpful. Well, I was trying to clean up property and reclaim the stuff that people had abandoned. But we're going to wait that storm out just in case. We'll get to a quiet spot. But now this prevented me from, basically this made the decision for me to go out into the deep desert. Hold on, I need to make a change over here. But yeah, it made the decision for me as far as going out to the deep desert or not, because I still have my main base. I still have that little small base down where the jasnium deposits are, and I don't want to get rid of that. It's a duraluminum. And now I have this one. And if I get rid of this, then everything in here would be wide open. Anybody could take it. So I kind of felt bad that I may have stolen somebody's base. So I left everything the way it is, did the repairs, made them a little better suited and supplied, and now we're just waiting to see if they get back. But how long do I do this? I've tried several different methods. This will be the third way of trying to reach out to somebody. But they're all long shots. And because I have a job, like a full-time job, real life full-time job, I can't just sit here 24/7 waiting for somebody to walk up. There's a chance that they came up when I wasn't on or wasn't here. Oh, excuse me. Realized that their base was shanghaied and maybe just left. I did see a post from a person on Reddit who said that this exact situation happened to them, that they logged in and they couldn't spawn at their base. So they spawned at one of the outposts. That kind of answered my question. And they made their way to where their base is, and when they got there, it was a fully functional base, but they couldn't get in. Somebody had hijacked it from them, just like this. And I was like, dude, is this my guy? And somebody did ask him where he, what server he's on, and he's on a different server. So same situation, different server. So that wasn't our boy. But I'm trying to do the right thing. Question's going to be, how long do I care? Um, how long before I just decide to write this off and we'll reclaim everything? I don't know. For now, we're gonna keep it. Doesn't really do me any good. I don't use it for anything. It's I also went to Arakeen to pay the taxes on it out of my own money. Um, I mean, it is kind of nice to have a little spot over here to at least set down, but other than that, it's not really doing anything for me. So, you know, it's the price you pay, I guess, would be the best way to look at that. I'm going to do the quick audio check since I've been yapping for 40 minutes without actually knowing whether or not. Oh, that would just be outstanding. If oh, it just came on. I would be outstanding if I logged into this and there was no audio. And then I just sat here for 40 minutes not making a damn sound. Would have been epic. I'd have actually paid YouTube money to push that one. Okay, so while we're here and we're waiting for things to go out, we decided to work on the Mentat and the Trooper skill trees. We have actually gotten really far on this one, so we'll unlock a capstone. The only thing I have to do is go to Harco and pick up some medicine and deliver it to Kara. I like Kara. She's pretty, I mean, she's snappy. She's a foul-mouthed little lady there, but whatever. And then as far as the Mentat, here I am at this point where I've got to I gotta do weird stuff, man. I gotta do a Hunter Seeker. And I don't know about this, man. This seems like the kind of stuff that's gonna get me in trouble with the wrong people, you know? Like, I don't know if you guys did this, but you know, we're dealing with authority people, and we're kind of, I don't know. I don't know how much I care about the Mentat skill tree. I've already unlocked a ton of it. Let's take a look. You can see, what is this? This is the Trooper. So yeah, we've got everything's still level 1, but I think I can do 2 and 3, and I do have access to get capstones. And then as far as the Mentat goes, I can do level 2 skills. I haven't unlocked a whole lot, but I do have capstone access. So we're pretty far along in both of those quest lines. So that's something that we're definitely going to look into doing here today. Right now we are full of spice, so we are full on spice and low on fuel. Makes sense. 15 minutes. We're going to have to head back there, though, to make sure, just in case they did get the message, they show up. I do play this game every day, so that's what I've been doing every day since Wednesday. Is showing up at 6, 7. Actually, no, I'm sorry, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm out and about doing my silliness. We'll just zip back over there and see if anybody showed up. In case they're Eastern, Central, Mountain, or Pacific. And is atoning for our wrongdoing. Tell you what, we're going to park downstairs. No, we got to park upstairs. Don't normally hit that, but oh well. Let's see here. I got one power cell. This is almost gone. Let's bring both of these. I don't even know why I have that. Let's bring both of these over. And we're going to get some power cells because we do have quite a bit of flying to do. So I got my box of medium fuel cells. That's the one. Dude. We'll carry at least 2. That should be fine. Be okay for now. All right, let's go dump all the extra stuff we have. We got to get that spice going. You know what? I put some spice in the refinery earlier. I've actually had a really good day today. I was just coming in here to get some footage and ended up hitting 3 spice mines in kind of a row. Spice blooms. Didn't have 3 already formed on the ground like we just did, but all right. I don't think I had any on me. It should all be in the scout thopter. Boop, that's a full slot. So we're over the halfway mark. In order for the large refinery, I need 10,000. So we're at 6. But she is off. So we got 200 and 1,000. Can't carry it all. The only thing I can do with residue is make generate like the spice infused generator cells for generators I don't have, and filters. Oh, look at that, 330. Not bad. That should open up space. Yep. And we're already halfway to another load. That's awesome. This box here should be my spice residue. It sure is. Man. This just keeps going up. I'm not making enough things for this to keep up. And the issue with that also is once I actually do, like if I could go ahead and just make tons of filters and fuel cells. Oh, excuse me. The spice residue bores the shit out of me. Even if I did that, it would take me so long to use them. It's probably just going to start building up again. So we'll have to figure out what to do with that. Fun stuff. Yeah, we can dump that stuff in there. That's good. And I think we're all right. We picked up light darts, but I don't need them. But I don't know if I could store them anywhere. Yeah, I guess I can. Okay. So I'm not going to do that Mentat mission. I actually kind of want to research that a little bit because I'm a little concerned that maybe bad things are going to happen. Also, want to point out something is this wall, you can see it back there. I don't know what's going on. I can't build here. Something's interfering, so I got to figure out what it is. I don't know if it's that ceiling tiles or what, but there's a big rock there. You can see it. It's just the way the formations were when I built this base around it, and by then it was way too late to change. So I just had to put the hangar, that's what we're walking into now, high enough that this rock didn't really get in the way. There is a little spot where you can see it coming through. So I just put, you can barely see them over there. I put 2 large water cisterns in this dead space and just walled it up because apparently we're plumbers. So whenever you put a water cistern anywhere, it connects to everything. And you'll see here I've got this little one. I can walk up to this little one, and yeah, it's full with 5,000, but it also has access to all 700,000 in the entire base. So, wow. But yeah, if you got some oddball spots and some areas that you can't really build anything, or maybe there's rock formation or something weird or wonky, go ahead and just fit some water cisterns, even if it's the small ones or whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, you can fit them in. We're going to go ahead and chug a lug here, get ourselves completely full before we start going out and doing stuff. Yeah, see, here's that little bit of rock that stuck out. way too far along to care. Way too far along to care. Which is good for me. I'm proud of myself for being able to say that. Dude, what is going on? I have to sign off and take a nap. Try again later. It's very quiet now, though. Except for the starter car. The hand of God. Okay. Do we want to do that, guys? Do we? I don't believe this is optional. So it's not like I'm going to get in trouble for doing this, but I need a solido decoy. That's a distraction. I need the hunter seeker, and then I need to be able to use a poison mine. So do I even have that stuff? I don't even know where it is. I can't do the poison mine, so I have to unlock that. So I'm going to have to spend skill points just to complete that mission. I have 4 skill points. That's 2. And that's 2. And I do have access to each one of them. So, and I already have this, the Hunter Seeker, so I can do it. I don't know. I mean, I guess we're going to have to, right? There we go. Well, we'll do a poison mine here, and we'll do this thing here, and we'll do this thing here. So the reason I want to do this is because my next step for the trooper is to go to Harco Village to talk to a doctor. Hopefully I don't have to do a bunch of crap. I might. She might just take care of me there, and I got to pick up something, and then I got to take it back to Arakeen. When I'm done with this mission, I got to go back to Arakeen. So we're trying to get everything done in the area that we need to. We'll have to see. Let's just go do this. Go do this and hope we don't get in trouble. I'm honestly not even sure where I'm supposed to be going. I think it's this way. There it is. So yeah, we're heading in the right direction at least. Let's go stop at our base for a potential 7 o'clock appointment. Slumping in my chair, so now it looks like I'm tiny. Scrape the nose a little bit there. Okay, well, that has it. Oh, look at her. She's got a render. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, render. Come on. There you go. Good job. All right, so we're going to hang out here for a little bit. I'm actually going to use this opportunity to go to the bathroom because I suddenly have to. So we're gonna hit the. That's a worm going underground, not an active worm, but yeah. So this is too close to the sand. Let's say this guy never comes back to claim his stuff. I'll be tearing this thing down. It's a little too scary. I mean, it's not in danger, but it is. So I don't know if we could advance this. We can't go the other way because of the base. Can't go that way because of somebody else. Well, I can go that way, but it's just more sand. So anyway, I'm gonna hit the bathroom while we're waiting to see if mystery guest shows up. If not, then we're gonna head up there and do things that I think might potentially get us in trouble. So, gee, I've never been in trouble before. So we'll be right back. You know, I added music to that thing. That little spinny transition or whatever you want to call it. Be right back screen. I don't know if I think it loops. I hope it does. I'll have to put that on the checklist of things to look into later. Well, we got 1 minute before potential new friend showing up. In the event that we did decide to go out into the deep desert, we would have to, well, we could make use of the guild base that I have out there. They wouldn't have a problem with me using it. Or I would have to ferry everything back and forth, which gets expensive. Gets expensive as far as fuel cells. I mean, who cares? They're cheap to make. Wings, on the other hand, not real thrilled about making new wings. And too many trips to the deep desert between deep desert and Hagga. Anything I get. Hell, I might heal up a little. I might end up just using everything I get just to get a new set of wings to repair the damage done in the process of going back and forth. But it will be nice to get into the Mark 6. It's been a little while. 7:01. Usually give it a few minutes, you know. Maybe his time and my time aren't the same. His or her. Oh, I don't know. I think on Monday's stream, if the fates haven't aligned, then we might have to make a decision about this. We might be taking her down. The items in the boxes, there's actually a lot of good stuff in there. And some of the machines have some good stuff as well. It's nothing I can't get myself, but I wouldn't have to because somebody else already got it. The water, I don't even remotely know how I could transport all the water over. And then, of course, tearing down the fabricator's machinery is going to give me some parts. There isn't too many advanced things here. Most of them are your base level machinery, so just some minor pieces. I could tear it all down if I wanted to, or I could just take the stuff I really want and then just walk away and let it rot. It's a shame. Kind of wish I'd have stayed the hell out of this one. Because this person could walk up the stairs right now, or they could never show up. Maybe they did quit. Kind of strange to leave stuff in, you know, leaving stuff in the refineries. Got about 2 more minutes of sitting here doing nothing before we roll. Do, do, do. I mean, that mission with the Mentat training, I have to do this. It's not like it was an optional or I could go one way or the other. This is the only route for Mentat training, so I guess technically it's something I'm supposed to do. We'll see. We shall see. Probably looking way too much into it. Just get in there, get it done, and go away. I'm also thinking because like you saw there, I don't have too many skill points left. I have a bunch of skill points. I've just allocated them to a bunch of different things. We might also look into respecking and kind of pointing ourselves in a more specific direction. Sorry. When we look at our skill trees, I spent most of my stuff went into planetologist. You can see a lot of this stuff over here. This was basically trying to get the most out of my equipment. I don't really drive a sand crawler, so it didn't really matter. But, you know, resource mining, getting extra, the vehicle repair, the durability loss is huge. I mean, fuel, whatever, scanning, whatever, piloting, using less fuel. But yeah, I put a ton into this, especially this guy over here, the scientist section. This is the Mentat we're working on. And we're working on this as well. There are some skills that I kind of want to mess around with. That's why they let you respec the tree. But one thing about this is I think you can only do it every 48 hours. So you got to make sure you really want to do that. And any mistakes you make, you just got to deal with it for at least 2 days. But we'll see. All right. It's 5 minutes after 7. Let's get on the map here. It's crazy. They still show up, which is silly, but man, that's crazy. I spent a lot of time in this game. I have not seen that. 3 spice fields that close. I've seen 2 plenty of times. Tell you what, we need to track this journey so that it shows up on the map. This is Mentat stuff. Let's track it. There she is. Active base. It's nice. This one's been here a while. They're active as well. Those are sandflies down there. Let's get this crashed ship here on my left up there. I don't know if they did good or bad by landing there, you know? We're going to break out of this glide. This was a neat base when they first started building it. They were at least decent enough to not block off the area. So that was cool of them. Not like that Harco base that's over there that took it for themselves. Alright, well, I'm guessing this is the place. The PvP area? Why is this PvP? I'm a tradies, yo. This game gonna make me kill my own people, isn't it? Alright, I think I'm supposed to be like Trixie and all that. You know, as I land my ornithopter over on the roof. Okay, so it looks like... Okay, that's fun. Dude. Alright, I have entered the passage of Artemis. What do I have to do now? Place... Oh, that's a decoy. I guess it wants it here. Uh-oh. So I've never done this, so apparently... Kind of hard to see. No one. Is that the guy I'm supposed to kill? Oh man, I wonder if it's in there. How do I get in? Well, I'm about to run out of power. There was a guy in here, and then he just stopped. Or went away. Awesome. right, so now we gotta wait for more time. Wow, it's got a long cooldown. Okay, so use the hunter's secret to assassinate the informant. I'm not sure exactly what I was doing incorrectly there, but he's definitely inside of that. We'll try again here in a second. Is that the guy?
Someone's here. There's someone here.
It's him. Okay. All right. Place a poison mine to cover my tracks. And report back to Zane. Okay, there we go. I don't know. Not entirely sure we did the right thing there. So I'm thinking if we just head, yeah, right here. Boop. That'll get us to the world map. We got to go to Harko Village and talk to the doctor, who hopefully doesn't mess with us and just says, here you go. And then we can go back to Arakeen, and that'll be both of our tasks. So I don't think there's a chance in hell that this lady is just going to hand over medicine for me and not make me go do something. In fact, there's a very good chance she's going to make me come right back to Hagga Basin and do something. We'll have to see, though. So that, this is just a way to use the skills and test. It's just like the Bene Gesserit, how you had to use certain skills to see what they're doing. The Mentat skills are kind of neat, but you know what? Like that Hunter-Seeker, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to use that. Maybe some of these contracts that were like kill the main guy, but it's got some range. Yeah, I'll give it that. But I don't know. Maybe we'll find a place to use that. Okay, so the doctor is... We got to go all the way to the end and then back up the stairs. Well, just a buggy parked in the middle of nowhere. All right, so we go all the way down here. We go all the way up the stairs. Hello, sir. Ma'am, I'm not sure what you were. It was real quick. I'm not trying to be insulting. That's not the doctor. Everybody you need to talk to has a light above their head. of some type. Please don't make me go do something.
Welcome, stranger. If you come seeking treatment, I have all manner of locally and I need a pleasure thrall hung like a Tarnarian bull pig. We don't always get what we want. She's never even apologized. I don't know if I can. Did you actually hear her say that? Well, when I hear it from her, I will think about it. We did have a bloody good time together. But until then, no more free stims. 1,000 Solaris, or pound sand.
Okay, so she wants money. Unfortunately, I don't have any money on me. I have money, but I don't have any money on me. You know what though? Do you take credits, or do I have to actually have it?
If you come seeking treatment, and I need a pleasure thrall hung like a Tarnari. She's never even apologized. Did you actually hear her say that? Well, when I hear it. But until then, no more free stims. 1,000 Solaris, or pound.
Okay, so I don't think she takes the credits, so I've got to go. I don't even know where the bank is in this place. That's the tax collector. Where is the bank? It's right there. So we're going to have to turn right and go all the way up there. And we'll get some money. Okay. I'm just going to jump over onto the rooftops here. Boop, boop. That'll work. Sorry. The hell am I going? Hello.
Welcome. Would you like to deposit or withdraw Solaris?
I would like to withdraw some.
Would you like to withdraw?
Let's do 5,000 just in case. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, at least we're close to the stairs. I just got these for Kara, whatever. And like the very next mission, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna need more of them. Be like, dude, it's been 20 seconds. Like, what are we doing?
Welcome, stranger. If you come seeking treatment, and I need a pleasure thrall hung like a Tarnarian. She's never even apologized. Did you actually? Well, when I hear. But until then, no more. You know, I warned Kara these won't work forever. She needs a permanent fix.
What would that be? You're not gonna tell me. Okay, so that should be the next step. Should be going back to Kara, right? You're not gonna tell me. That's fine. I'm not tracking it, so I can't get too mad. Deliver it back to Kara on Arakeen, and we got to go talk to Dinkleberry on Arakeen. So there we go. Mission accomplished, so to speak. We yeah, yikes. Yeah, so we try to combine this stuff up so we're not rubber banding everywhere, because that just makes us angry, makes us irate. One thing I don't understand, deep desert, probably be after we do this. We'll head back to Hagga and switch it back out. Because we're in our little Mark V here right now. I don't know why they care about the water and the fuel. Because, like, you can go anywhere. Guess as long as you stop somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. It does the whole water and the fuel. So, Johnny, I would say give me about 10 minutes and we'll be out there. It is quite the long flight. There I am. Do, 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 do. If you're just starting out, I can't stress this enough. If you're like me, and I know I am, and you get tired of this bouncing back and forth and running back, do 2 skill trees at the same time. Swordsman and Bene Gesserit are great to do together, and then Mentat and Trooper are good to do together. Planetary or Planetologist, you pretty much do that. And you do have to bounce back and forth between Arakeen, so maybe do it with the Trooper and the Mentat trainings. The Trooper did make us come here, make us go to Harco. I don't know why, but it seems to take me longer to load into Arakeen than it does into Harco. I think it's because it's more popular and the higher level of class of individuals than what you see in the Harcos. Okay, so like I said, people you need to talk to have a little blue light above their head. So you can see it there in the back of the bar. So let's go talk to Dingleberry and see what he has to say now. Okay, you just better not have set me up.
I calculated you returning a half hour ago. Is it done? Have you put your assassination skills to proper use? Is the informant dead?
Yeah, I figured.
You do not understand. This is merely the first step. We must enact the rest. Strike again and again until they see, until they all see. They will regret rejecting me. Through Fierhoa, the Harkonnen, the Mentat College, Father, Mother. They will all regret. I was made for use. I was made to serve. Why will no one use me? I've done everything right. What? Yes, correct. I don't. They manipulated my abandonment issues, my attachment issues, to make me the tool they required. You are correct. I am compromised. I must run computations on this.
Do we want training from this guy?
A Mentat cannot function without realizing they work in everywhere, can be brought into finite perspective. Instead, the Mentat must become. You continue to impress, but take care when staring into the infinite.
Okay, are we done? Oh, we got a skill point back. This guy kind of worries me, folks. Kind of worries me. All right, let's talk to him.
Returning a half, I have thought on what you said. I have run computation after computation. I am compromised by my Bennett Schlelax twisting. I do not know if such processes can be undone or subverted. But I do know of a Schlelaxu traitor. Perhaps he has some useful knowledge. Perhaps.
All right, that'll be the last capstone. And we get Trooper's best. Go to Pinnacle Station, so it's going to make us head back.
Not good at. That is.
Okay, that guy's got issues, man. I feel bad for him, but I don't want to get involved, you know? Hey, you're compromised. You have abandonment issues. You're not thinking correctly. Train me. And what's what's better than getting training from a psycho? And somebody who talks down to me all the time.
I've been waiting for you, Trooper. The withdrawal is creeping back up. I need those stims. Have you been out in the Badlands honing your skills? Let's see. Oh, good work, Trooper. I knew I could count on you. Give them here. No, she doesn't have to, because you're going to get me that master transmitter. I'm working an angle right now. It's too early to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. It just looks that way, Trooper. But the deck gets thinner every time. I need that transmitter soon because the stims aren't going to work forever. You've been loyal, Trooper. You've executed every mission set before you, no matter how perilous.
Why not? We're already knee deep into it with the other guy. Let's.
You shared systems
Oh,
with Plastanium, the house charged with the actual mineral extraction.
Gauker. I don't even know that name.
When the feud between Ikaz and Mortani ignited to open war, House Gauger took the opportunity to move against us. They swore fealty to Baron Harkonnen, who was himself allied with House Mortani. The price of their betrayal was the head of my lord. For over 5 centuries, we fought and bled alongside House Gauger. In fact, they chose a banquet celebrating our long kinship to drug our food. We slept, oblivious as our lord and his family were slaughtered. Only the intervention of the House Gauger War Master saved us from the same fate. Instead, we were shackled, branded, and sold as Mala. Not necessarily a preferable outcome.
We were Mala too.
That's a story for another day. I'm sick of Remen. You'll be sorry you said that, Trooper. It's time to step things up a notch. I have an advanced technique for you.
Okay, there we go. A lot of dialogue. Talk to the tether trader, untwisted questions. All right, so we're not going to do that, but let's talk to her. What more do I need to do to get training?
There you are, Trooper. I've been waiting for you. I always wondered, if life is a rainbow, why doesn't it include black? Like the space between the stars. The stims aren't working anymore. Only Samuda helps. I need this damn implant out of my head. If Dr. Kumari is a real sook, she has the training to take it out. But it's dangerous.
What's strontium?
The implant contains an 8 microgram strontium charge. Enough to kill me and blow the good doctor's arms off.
Okay.
Yes. The same master transmitter we've been after since the start. It just so happens my information broker made contact. Seems a known courier was tracked to a slaver base near the Hand of Kadir. If any slave crews are buying a master transmitter, there'll be a record of it there. I want you to find that base and kill them all. Consider it a training exercise. It'll be good target practice. See if you can find a shipping manifest and bring it back.
Can't I just go do it?
The details are in the contract, Trooper. Good hunting.
Why do I have to come back? Can I just give her, like... Is there texting in this? Do we give that up? I guess. I don't know. I mean, it all comes down to the fact I'm just really not a fan of the back and forth. We definitely leave Baraka or Arakeen very quickly. Boop. Oh, let's come up here just in case. I don't want to be too close. Really, you can't be too close when the spice blows? I mean, I don't normally do that, but never. I just did that for choice, not. I didn't realize my safety was at stake. I've been kind of close to those things sometimes. Kind of don't want to look down. I don't see any spice laying on the ground, so maybe we're all right. I saw it. I saw the spice clouds. It looked close, too. Sit right over there. Spice must flow. Don't know exactly where it was. It was somewhere over here. I know. I know. We're supposed to be going to the deep desert, but instead we're chasing spice blooms. Not going to get too invested in this. There she is. Okay, now, fun fact. This area has quicksand. I think we'll be okay. It looks, you could see there's a difference. Like I could follow the line of it, but it goes right up against there. So I think as long as we stay here, we should be okay. Yeah, we just can't go over in that area. That's how you make spice gathering fun. The video I did earlier was actually from earlier today. We managed to pop that one. Hey, little mousy. We did that one pretty quick where we were taking spice off of drum sand. And actually did it a second time a little later on. That gets kind of Kind of fun. I was wondering where he was. Alright, got plenty of height. Well, kind of nice if the worms could get caught in the quicksand too, you know? Alright, that's where we're going to end up. Like I graphically left a little there, and yeah, we get it all. Some of these sounds, yo. Alright, that'll be it. That will be my 8th spice blow out of Hagga today. That's not bad. $83, so we missed 1. That's it, we're going back. No, we're not. Totally not. Boom. All right, so we're going to leave that there because we don't need this. So it is time. We don't need to build anything. Yeah, let's see. Just make sure. Oh, look at that. All right, so this is a little dangerous. Halfway is my cutoff point. I am not excited about going into the deep desert with wings that are less than 50%, so we are very close. But we'll be okay. Same thing with the motors here. Generator and the engine. Everything else should be... Ooh, look at you. You took some beating, didn't you? My torch is about to break. Come on. It's got enough. All right. We're going to make sure... So I usually carry these just in case people get out of hand. It's not a whole lot of volume, but it's going to matter. So we're going to come over here to this, where our regular rocket pods are. Is it you? Nope, it's you. And we are going to drop them off. Streamlined, we only got 7 volume. We'll probably use these. I don't even know how much fuel's in her. She's all right. So we'll set it up that that's our vehicle respawn. Just hit enter, so make sure that happens. That way, if something bad does occur, then at least we don't pay the ultimate price. I've already got a cell here. Let's go ahead and put the money up top. Is it going to use it all? Yeah, it used it all, but that'll be fine. So we want to make sure that we have a functioning compactor, which we were just using. And we need a cut array that can get through titanium or strontium. I didn't go down there, but I'll show you when we get back. When you go down to the ore refinery room, I have hundreds and hundreds of strontium fibers. Whenever I'd go out into the deep desert, when I had my base out there, titanium was always the complete usage material. So I would be mining both of them, but I would end up coming out with extra strontium. So I would process it there, make it into fibers because it's a lot thinner and easier to transport. And we bring the fibers back to the base. I think I've got almost like 600 fibers. So I have a ton. So we're gonna go. We're just gonna do a straight titanium run, in and out, and we're going to bring it back here to Hagga and process it there. And I'd also like to say that we're actually breaking several rules. Number one, we're going to hold on. There it is. I didn't want to hit it. Did anyway. Okay. So rule number one that we're breaking, well, it's not one of the rules we're breaking, is we're doing a straight run into the desert, grab materials, and come back. It's not really a hardcore rule. It's just not the most efficient way to do it. Like I said, it's a little hard on your wings, and you got to spend some resources repairing the wings and running the fuel, but we should be in good shape. Number two, I'm going to the deep desert on wings that are barely over 50%. In the event that somebody does see us and gets mad at us, we got a real good chance of dropping our wings really fast. So we have to be very aware of our surroundings. So knowing I was potentially going to be doing this, I looked at the map to see where everything is. And there is a large titanium block Sorry, looking at the messages that are in here. There is a large titanium block in H6. That is unfortunately dangerously close to the potential of a large spice field. So we're going to a titanium block that's close to a spice field in a straight out to the desert back to Hagga, a Hagga desert, Hagga run. Sitting here yapping while we're climbing up to 800, so my fuel is just burning away there like an idiot in a craft with wings barely over 50%. Trying to think of how I could do this any worse. I'm not sure if I could. Let's see. So we're going to go to 6 and we're going to go somewhere in H. I don't know where because, again, I haven't been out here yet. But we'll put a personal marker in H6. Look at that. It's like I knew what I was doing. Hey, there's a spice blow. It's actually kind of nice. I think it's going to be a small, though. But I'd rather people pay attention to spice blooms than me. So there you go. So I put my happy little face, hi, over the deep desert chat because people say nasty things and I don't want to get in trouble for it. So you can't see it, but I can. It's just cycling through where people are talking about building bases. which is good because they're not talking about how angry they are at each other for shooting. So we might potentially be during a happy time here in the deep desert. The chat will let you know if you see two people arguing back and forth. We know tempers might be high, especially if they're talking about actively fighting each other, or just recently actively fighting each other. This is always a powder keg, and sometimes that's all it takes is one little spark to set things off. And even if you're not involved in it, you could become involved in it. Sometimes people, if they get hit, they just start shooting back at the first thing they see. So I'm still in the PvP area, which is why, I don't even have my hands on my controls. I'm sitting here drinking Gatorade, talking to you guys. And, here we are. But we're getting ready to cross that line, which means got another spice blow. Okay, so that one is cycling. You'll see the explosion, and then we should get another one. And there it is. That's a medium field, or potentially a large. I don't know. We are in PPB zone, so let's be a little more attentive. There's another thing that we're going to do now is we are going in here to our inventory, and we are going to switch to our big boy clothes. I don't need to be stealthy, nor do I need to worry about water. So we are putting the armor on, folks. Still suit be damned. This way, if we do get engaged, we stand much more of a chance. Since we're heading to an island, we can have our shield on, which will also help a little bit. And so over here in the message, somebody just said about how the spice has been flowing, which is good and bad. Good because people will be collecting spice instead of messing with me. And bad because the node we're heading to is not that far from a spice field. That can also be a good thing because spice, kill an idiot. They'll go for the spice. The idiot gets to go get his stuff and get home. All right. I have not passed anybody. I have not seen anybody. From the safe zone to us, we've got at least one spice flow that's blowing. And like I said, that might be a good enough draw. I think that is where we're headed, but I don't know. I'm also looking at the chat because once you come out here over and over again, you start getting used to names. And if you see a name of somebody that you know is an active hunter who talks all the time or makes comments about killing people and how funny it is and, oh, I just chased so-and-so down. If you see them in the chat, you know that, it's dangerous. Where are we at? We are in G6, about to cross over. Doesn't look like there's any other islands ahead of us. So this looks to be what we need. Is there a large field nearby? Yeah, I think that's one right there. There's some spice right below us. Don't care. In fact, that's also good because that might be drawing. So this should be titanium. Let's see if we can find some nodes. Yep, you can see them now. Control point on there. But what we're going to do, because we have to be extra safe, we're going to do a quick roundabout. See if we see anybody. I don't. There's a good patch right in there full. So we're going to come down here. Great patch over there too. All right. So we're looking for super fast transitions, right? Come on. Jesus Christ. That's good enough. I just want to get some titanium here, guys. I'm not trying to make the world go crazy. All right, so we're going to switch this over. While we're still inside, don't get out of your thopter until you know everything's super happy, awesome. Okay, that looks like that was a small, so that shouldn't draw too much attention. Let's go quick. Don't hit me, wings. A little too close to the thopter. We're getting some deflection. I've got enough space in my backpack so that I can... Great. So that I can get 2 before I have to come back. Have to just do a quick drop. Just listening right now. All right, back in the Sopter, we'll check. 348, not bad so far. Go back up in the air. And like I said, we're looking for really good patches that have a lot that are close by. So we can grab 2 and then be gone before anybody potentially. Someone's mentioning in the chat about lots of smalls and mediums. They seem to be talking about potential patch updates, not current happenings. So that's good for us, right? Never look at your past, by the way. That is a hockey term where you make a sweet pass and you're so awesome and you're so, oh man, that pass was beautiful. And then you don't see the guy getting ready to take your damn head off. All right, we're going to do one more. That should fill up the bird. Storage is full, and it says backpack is full. Man, we're pretty heavy, aren't we? Let's see. We're going to pull this over. Not that that's going to make that big of a difference. So we've been alone. I haven't seen anybody. I haven't heard anybody. We haven't been down here long. We are going to come out this way and see if we can find where that spice bloom was. She wasn't far off. We're already up an eye now. I think we were right there, and it looked like it was just over the hill. All right, we need more height, which is good because we get to see more. Bad because more people can see us. Worst case scenario, wherever this new bloom was. There it is. Yep, that was about where it was supposed to be. So we'll do a little bit of spicing. Not a whole lot because we just don't have a lot of space. That's weird. One of the reasons why I wasn't too concerned about coming out here was because every time I do come out here, there's just no spice. Now I'm seeing blooms every second of the day here. Come on, man. Also got to remember we took our fancy boots off. We're wearing our combat boots right now. And I can't have my shield on because we are out in the sand right now. That'll get a worm. So we got to be extra careful. I see a lot of people just watching their pass once they 163. We're good. Look around. You don't need to watch this. This is going to happen even if you're looking the other way. And it doesn't go any faster by staring at it, so. All right, we're only going to be able to get a tiny little bit. Let's see. Let's try to be nice. Somebody else might come along and a pile that we make is going to disappear. That's what you get for being nice, dude. And now it's full. Okay. So there we go. All right. So we head south about 20 kilometers away because we are way up at the top of the map now. Get up to speed. Get up to altitude, I'm sorry. Vulture, we should be able to carry us all the way into the PvP or PvE zones. Another reason why I like bringing the Mark 6 out here for this. Just that extra... Okay, I don't remember seeing that when we first came out here. And that definitely wasn't close enough to be the one that we looked at. I remember seeing this one off to the left. But there's a medium and it's been harvested. Let's see if somebody renders. No, they're not. All right, so here we are. There's a member of my guild in the chat at this time, which is also kind of nice because let's say I did get myself into trouble. I do have some friends that maybe could help me out if I needed it. But yep, here we are. So when I first started coming to the deep desert, I had the Mark 5 Scout, and this is what I did my first few runs. I did not build a deep desert base until my first official week of coming out here into the deep desert. Building a base is way better. You do have to transport the materials. I don't get crazy. Some people come out here and build these huge, awesome looking bases. More power to them. Mine were always very utilitarian, if I'm saying it properly. It would be just enough space to get what I needed. The last one I built was a little bigger, and it actually had some extra space that I could do some stuff with. I didn't have a spice refinery in there. But yeah, it's definitely possible. But we can pretty much sit back and just let her ride at this point. We are heading as due south as we possibly can. We are in F5 right now. So we got 1.5 zones before it's PvE land and we're safe and we don't have to worry. But yes, we moved quick. Moved with a purpose. Geared ourselves out properly. There's E5. And don't stare at what you're doing. You should be listening. You should be looking at the skies, paying attention to chat, looking at what's going on around you, and that's how you survive. Guess I hit something that moved my nose up a little. But that's all right. If we were to get into a fight, first off, I'm defenseless. I didn't bring rockets. And second, those wings aren't going to last. I would probably only survive 1 or 2 volleys. So this was risky. But sometimes you got to be a little risky. I don't know if you're watching, but hi, Zen. Yeah, this will hold. Seeing all that spice there, kind of wishing I had a base out here. Get myself hooked up. I didn't want to... so the Jasnium base is really handy. Like I said, I use the tier 6 equipment mostly out here. I do have a T6 buggy, so that's pretty cool. But you'll see me flying around Hagga back in my T5. That keeps me in the duraluminum, so if I need to replace parts, it's easier to replace them. For any of this tier 6 stuff, I want to make a new set of wings. I need Plastanium and I need spice melange. So I have to come out to the deep desert if I plan on running this thing, which is why you don't see me use it that often when I'm in the PvE zone in Hagga. This works out well because, like I said previously, I was making runs and I would pack up everything on Monday when the storm was going to come through, and I would excuse me, I would always have some strontium fibers left over. So this is good. This will help get rid of some of those. A little glitch there. So my 2 options with leftover strontium fibers that I brought back is to either tote them out here when I build a new base and kind of get a head start, or do what we're doing right here, come out specifically to get some titanium, bring it back, excuse me, and refine it back in Hagga Basin. But that isn't the best solution. Don't be afraid to throw down a subplot, a subfief out here, and build yourself a small little outpost. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It doesn't have to be crazy. It is cool when it is, and some of your bigger guilds could definitely do that, and they need to do that because they got a lot of equipment coming out. But for just a little solo player, just a tiny little base is more than enough to let you come out here for the week and run it. It's usually very easy to find salvage metal and fuel cells on any of those rocky outcroppings, so you don't have to bring those if you don't want to. I usually bring a little, just enough to get my subfief built, and enough to make a couple generators to get everything running. Once the shields go up, I'll farm those materials from wherever I'm at. The base I had last week was really nice because there was 2 crates of fuel cells that would drop, so it was no problem at all. Hey, guild base. There's no problem at all to keep the generators running the whole time. The issue you do have out here is water. So in order to generate water, you're going to have to do one of 2 things. You're either going to need to build some death stills, which you'll have to incorporate the power to, and you'll have to get bodies, probably from Hagga Basin. The guys out here are a lot stronger, so it'll take you quite a bit of time to kill them and ship them. It is possible. Depends on what kind of guns you have and what you're doing. But to be honest, to just bring a bunch of bodies out with you from Hagga Basin is faster and easier. And it doesn't matter where a body comes from, that still turns it into the same amount. So there you go. We went all the way out to way up in the deep desert to the island where all the titanium is. There is a second titanium island, and it is closer to the border and on the left side of the map. And that is specifically why I chose not to go there. Most people would take the shortest route, the most efficient route. That's why we went long. Less chance of meeting up with people. There's really no point in looking for anything because we are so overloaded right now. We can't even bring anything with us. If I saw it, we'd have to drop stuff on the ground. We don't really have anything we can drop. If we were going to Strabidium, we do the same thing. You just look up Dune Awakening Deep Desert map, make sure it's the proper week, see where the big nodes are, straight in, straight out. Don't mess around. Yes, we messed around by going and getting some spice, but hey, spice must flow. How much did we end up getting? 288. I mean, it's 288 that we didn't have. There's some spice right down there, too. It might be in the radiation zone. Might be. I don't know. We're going to check. Come on, man. Straighten yourself out. There you go. A little bouncy. Because they said they're making the changes to pentashields, I took my little clipper tops off. Dude, I'm hitting everything now. How much space do we have in here? It's got plenty. Let's go check that spice, and then we'll always make sure you hit enter. We'll go see if that's in the radiation zone or not. If it is, then we'll leave it alone. If it's not, then we'll grab it. We get back, and then we'll see what our spoils are. It's going to be close. It's been here a little while. It's starting to get dark. But I think we're going to get this. If it's real. It may not be real. It's not real. This means somebody's gotten it before. Heck, it could have been me earlier. But yeah, this is just a visual glitch, so this doesn't exist. Still worth checking, though. Still worth checking. Because you never know. So we did a little bit of maneuvering around in our base. We're constantly moving things around until we get the setup that we like, which probably will never happen. So this is almost like a Sims building simulator. You can park on the bottom floor here. Yep. Okay. So we did make a couple changes, and I will go over them here in just a second. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take care of all the spice we have on us. Guess we can put that away. Definitely got to fix that welder. Okay, so we got 288 on us. Is that all? No, because there's some in one of the scouts. In this one. So there we are. We're up to 2,000. So we're almost at 3/4. It's good. And I'm pretty sure that's it. Yep, that's the only thing there. Nothing in there. The buggy should have nothing. Great. Sandbike never does. Okay, so That's done there. I'll take it. And let's see. So the spice room used to be up here, and once we moved it over here, that opened this area up. We did have just stairs that went to a ceiling, but now it actually matches that side and comes up here. You'll see the stairs on the other side. I've used those a bunch. This used to be enclosed. We opened it up, made some built-in shelving or storage because we're fancy. And we've got both of our refineries. They used to be here. We just moved these guys there for now. But one thing that I did do was I kind of changed things around a little bit. We put, those are the material things. So we put all our flour sand, which used to be in a small box. We have a large box here for it now. And then going across is all of our silicone blocks. And then down here is where we keep our ethereite. That used to be over in the ore room, but this actually gets refined in the machine behind us, not in the machine over where the ore is. This is what becomes cobalt paste. So we moved that over here. And the other thing that we did, as soon as I find it, there it is. So this is where we put our strabidium, because strabidium gets done in these machines, not over in the ore refinery, and we can pull from it. So over the course of the times I've been out in the deep desert past 3 weeks, we ended up bringing back 700 strabidium fibers, which is a ton. It's a lot. So we will now head over to where we keep all of our ores. And we change this up a little bit. We got to box it. That's all for fuel cells. But this is where we keep all our refinements, like when we make the ingots. You can see here, we're down to 400 of these. We were at like 6. We've been using them. For this one was where we put all of our aluminum. Looks like we need to go get some of that eventually. And here is our titanium. As you can see, we have none. So we will put this over here. Not you. You. Put you there, and then we'll put here. So we got about 625. And when we come down here, we should be able to make some plastanium nuggets. There it is. It's pretty good. Be able to throw 156 of them out. And that is going to kill this. And we're still going to have a ton. We'll still have like 500 of these. So let's go ahead and max that. Killed that. Over 500. So we could technically go twice, I think, and come back with 155 ingots, and then we would finally be out of strabidium. Maybe. Yeah, because we're making 155. Well, no. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we make about 3 trips or so. It's quite a lot. But yeah, not bad. We could get this much strabidium in a single run. If I didn't have this already, what I would have done is I'd have gone out and we'd have gone to the strabidium island, gotten a full storage box and a backpack. So both the vehicle and myself of strabidium only. And we would have brought it back, gone over to the chemical refinery and made fibers. While that was happening, we'd go back out, go to Titanium Island, grab a bunch of titanium, fly it back. And then by the time we got here, hopefully we'd have enough strabidium fiber to make all of it or most of it. But as you can tell, like there's a lot of transit time involved. If we had a deep desert base, I could have dropped this off and done the same thing. And we would have been able to go out and grab all the spice that we saw that was just sitting out in the open. I'd probably ferried it back maybe once or twice with all this transit time that we've had. We like to build right up on the edge of the PvE zone, not back in the A section. The A section is good because your transits are so much shorter when you're bringing things from something else to the base or from the base out. But yeah, I usually go forward out into the sand. So this works. I mean, it's working here now, and maybe tomorrow I'll make another run out there. We'll grab a bunch of titanium, some spice if it's on the ground, and we'll head back. We'll see what happens. But it's not as efficient, but it's still doable. And if you aren't quite at the deep desert level yet, this can help you get there. Just going out, getting one load and heading right back will definitely, teach you some things. You'll learn how to watch the skies. You'll start listening. You'll get a feel for, how to mine these things, how to fly, and getting an idea of who's out in the deep desert on your server as well. So it's not completely bad. It's not the best way to do things, but it does get it done. And who knows, you might learn something along the way. So there you go. But we already crossed not a long time, but quite a while ago. We crossed the 2-hour mark, so we're going to be calling it a night here. I guess while we're here, we'll probably try to finish off those. We missed a 8 o'clock rendezvous. Let's go see if somebody's there. We don't need to sit there and watch a machine run. But we'll probably finish off our Mentat and our Trooper trainings. Get those done. And then, like I said, we're going to have to... It's downstairs. We're going to have to get... Come on. There you go. We're going to have to look into whether or not we want to respec and change some things. So we'll have to see. And we're also still wearing our combat gear, so we will go ahead and switch that off right now. Right now. Boop. Not likely to be getting shot at too much while we're here in Hagga. And if we are, it's people that we can definitely handle. I hate that lady. These are those soft step boots. Minus 45 worm threat, so it's really great. You can do a whole field with those, especially if you have a better compactor than just the Omni. That we're going to have to address soon. Here I have a brand new cutter array just waiting for this one to break. But yeah, we got our steel suit gloves, our body, and the mask, so everything's good, and we'll keep those boots on. That one might be coming straight at us, so I think we're going to have to wait there. And we're going to decide what we're going to do. But thank you for tuning in, everybody. Hope you learned something. And if you ever have any questions, throw them in there. I'll do my best to answer it. Hopefully Johnny watched that. If you're having trouble getting into the deep desert or unsure about it, that was a good run. I've been in there enough times. I know the people, so I start knowing the names, and I could tell that it wasn't really a bad fighting area. But things can change pretty quick. But yeah, once you get used to doing that often, you can make pretty quick trips in there, get what you need, come back out. First thing you should build with your Plastanium is definitely going to be a T6 Scout Ornithopter. My advice to you, go with that T6. She's faster, she's more maneuverable, she gets you out of problems. And yeah, the route I went, and completely, utterly happy with it. So thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share if you enjoy the content. Hopefully we'll get another video out tomorrow, and we'll be live streaming again on Monday. So boy, we're getting all sorts of active. I definitely need to get my activity up. This weather lady's not as reliable as she used to be. She used to be like spot on, and now she's kind of questionable. Yeah, it's going to hit us. All right, so we're going to hang out in the sandstorm. Then we're going to go check on our base, see if we have a new friend up there or not, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. So, again, like I said, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back on Monday at 6 Eastern. So until then, I will see you out there. Take care.